Hi, I thought to make a quick video about my Achilles tendon injury and how I'm progressing with recovery. Just to caution you that this is my first YouTube video, so there will be lots of editing. So just to give you a bit of a background, I do quite a lot of sports. Played football professionally, semi-professionally, then played basketball, then I moved to play beach volleyball, which I play for the past 6-7 years. So I recently decided to play indoor volleyball, just to have one session with a friend, and that ended very badly for my Achilles. So I thought to make this video and probably a series of videos to keep track of my recovery and also share my experiences. Also, it's good to mention that 8 or 9 years ago I had a rupture on my on my left foot, and that was playing again indoor, but five-a-side football. So I went with operation, and I still feel kind of a bit of a kind of numbness in the heel. So today I'm gonna just cover, what I have done and what sort of steps was taken after that and how I'm progressing with recovery. Okay, so 8 weeks ago I decided to play indoor volleyball. So in indoor, to go very high, you go with your kind of arms back, and then you go very low. So this is where my tendon kind of stretched the most, and that's exactly when I heard snap in calf area. So I straight away I knew that I've done my Achilles, because this is exactly what happened 8 years ago, and this is like someone kick you from behind in the calf area. So yeah, so that was kind of bad news for me, and I'm out for months. So as I said, I did this left leg. And there was complete tear, and I did operation, because back then obviously there was a tendency to do operation on Achilles, but now it's more popular to go conservative routes and do non-operative way. So when this happened to me, I was taken to A&E by my friends. So I spent 3-4 hours in A&E. Then I was given these grey boots and crutches, and also I was prescribed with blood thinning injections. So I had 42 injections prescribed, so you have to do daily. That's so you don't have blood clots. So then in A&E, I was suggested that someone from fracture clinic will call me next day, which they did. So they called me, they said what was next steps. So the next steps were to go and do the scan in the fracture clinic. So after that, they actually booked kind of a visit. So for me to see one of the physios in the fracture clinic. So that's where they found out when I was given the grey boots, they actually haven't given me wedges. So these I'm not sure, probably in different countries is different, but in UK they give you 5 wedges. They kind of attach or stick together, and first 3 weeks you keep all 5, so you put them so your heel kind of raised, So this is your leg. So depending on the tier of your tendon and the gap between the ends of the tendon, and if you go non-operative, so it kind of raised, and then so those ends can heal back together. So I was wearing 5 for 3 weeks. Then each week you remove a single insert or single wedge, and by the week 8 you will have kind of flat foot, so all the 5 wedges will be removed, and that's exactly where I am at. I was planning to do recording of this video much earlier, but yeah, with family and other things, I just didn't have time. So this is week 8, so week 7, week 8 of my recovery. So today I will be actually removing the last wedge. So when the scan was kind of done, and next day after the scan I had a call from Fracture Clinic. They suggested there was a full rupture and the gap was 5.5 centimeters superior to the insertion. Sorry, I just need to see my notes, just to be correct. So in Fracture Clinic they suggested that the best way is to go non-operative, or conservative they call it, ways, which means you just wear boots for 8 weeks and then slowly come out of it, and then maybe have like insoles in your shoe and then wear those and slowly progress with recovery without operation. So I'm just sharing my kind of own experiences, so this is in no way medical advice. So because I've done both legs, one kind of with operation, another one is non-operative, I can say I'm quite surprised kind of how quickly the tendon was growing, because I was taking, well, for hygiene, I was taking boots off like every day, at least in the evening, and trying to do some kind of just the basic movements with my toes, just to slowly get kind of blood circulation and moving like as much as I can, but also not pushing it. So as soon as I had some kind of resistance, and especially the first 2, 3, 4 weeks, I was really kind of scared to do anything. So yeah, I was really kind of shocked and surprised. I didn't expect the natural healing would be kind of so good. Doctor probably will tell you not to do anything until you remove it, but or at least the first 4 or 5 weeks. But I was seeing the progress of, I could do every day. I was just moving towards, and every day I could do more and more. So, but please kind of don't, again, this is not medical advice, but just don't rush with things, because the first 4 or 5 weeks, this is where it's healing, or first 8 weeks. And I would say even after that, kind of don't rush, because you're probably excited, your foot is healing, and you want to get back as soon as possible, but better be safe. So what I was suggested that week 8 is where you can remove the kind of boots. You can actually sleep at night without the boots, but they kind of recommended that the 9th or maybe 10th week, just see how I feel, but still maybe it's too early to take, because healing for every person is going a different way, and maybe your body takes a bit longer to recover or help recover. So I always kind of recommended that see how it goes. Don't maybe rush taking boots completely on week 8 or 9, but take like small steps and take and maybe just do a little bit walking. But again, this is just my own, and this is how I will be doing, so I'll see how it goes. Unfortunately, actually I booked skiing trip, which I was like looking forward to. I haven't skied for years, and obviously this happened. And now on week 8, I have to fly, so no skiing, but I need to be very careful. So I'm gonna still wear boots just for my safety reasons. So week 9 I will still wear it, but I will be taking it off at night to see if I can sleep full nights without a boot, and then slowly introduce kind of walking during the day. And hopefully I'll see if I can try drive maybe, so week 10, 11, so we'll see. So week 9, 10 probably I'll still be wearing the boots, but take it off more and more and more until I can fully remove it. So when I was getting veggies by the clinic, they booked appointments like 7 weeks. So last week I had a visit to the clinic, so they can actually look at it. So they didn't do a scan, but they just kind of quickly looked at it, and they just said, your recovery going kind of super well, all good. So that's when they said, that's it, we can release you to then be seen by the physiotherapist. So I actually had a physiotherapist, well, not face to face, but that was my first over the phone physio. So that's where kind of she talked about, how I'm getting on, what sort of things I do. And she just pretty much, just said, carry on like you do, wear the boots, maybe like, because the last wedge is taken off this week, she said, have that 1 extra week at least, so your foot is fully, kind of your calf is fully kind of ready to go flat. And kind of she said, don't do any exercises yet, but you can still carry on like just like small stretches. And I have appointment booked in January, so that means that will be week 11, I believe. So that's where actually I have face-to-face visit to see the physio, and that's where she's gonna see, what sort of exercise we can start doing. So that's, I think, where I'm gonna do my next recording. So just to see how I progressed in these next 2-3 weeks. There is a huge debate of whether to choose operation or not here in UK. And I spoke to the physio from the fracture clinic. He actually said in the past 3-4 years, he only had one case where the person went through operation. Everyone else was going through the conservative, non-operative way, through recovery. So that's kind of tells a lot. But also I have read from actual medical experts that the statistics of re-rupture are similar. Maybe marginal differences between the operative, non-operative. Maybe on my example, I can show that's operation. So yes, it's good. There was no re-rupture, but there are also risks, And I had maybe nerve touched or something, because I have that numbness in the heel. And with non-operation, I don't have much kind of discomfort. I still have some kind of swelling, which is natural. So when you progress through different kind of steps, you will have some sort of like uncomfortable feelings and swellings, etc., which I was advised is normal, because you slowly start actually putting pressure on that, and your calves start working as well. So those processes are normal. But if you see some abnormal swelling or redness or anything, definitely see the doctor or specialist. So yes, this is my experience and this is my kind of recovery. So I will do a recording on week 11, 12, probably, because that's where kind of there will not be much change or update on, because I'll be taking the boots off, and then so I'll need to actually see maybe 1 or 2 weeks, see how it's progressing, and maybe I'll start walking without the boots, and maybe start seeing physio, and do some exercises. So actually I can show what exercises I'm doing. I maybe see my sports physio, additionally to kind of the one through NHS. So we'll see how I progress, and I will update you on that. Let me know if you find it why you already kind of done it like 1, 2, 3 years ago, or you had just torn your Achilles. Hopefully that was helpful, informative in a way, and I hope I didn't miss much, covering all the points that I wanted to cover. Thanks for listening. Bye.